Okay, start it off. What's your name now?
I'm Nicole.
Okay, and what year are you in school?
I'm a fourth year architecture student.
Okay, Nicole. Well, thank you for taking some time to chat with me this evening after dinner, and for me to learn a little bit more about the curriculum here as it applies for an architecture student. So, talk to me a little bit about just the structure of the architecture curriculum here at CESA.
Well, there's one studio with one studio professor who
Okay.
comes and stays here for the entire semester. And right now, the schedule is that we have class in the afternoon, so from after lunch to before dinner. And then we can come in at our leisure in the morning or at night, which most of us do, which is nice because we get to decide, like, if we want to sleep in or go to bed early.
Mhm.
So, and we also have an Italian class,
Okay.
sometimes in the afternoon, some days a week.
Okay.
So it's mainly studio work with some research in there,
Okay.
and Italian class.
Okay. So characterize it for me. What's the pace? What's the feel? How does that work for you?
It's a more relaxed pace.
Mhm.
We're allowed to travel pretty freely on our weekends,
Okay.
so from Friday to Sunday. And if we wanted to travel a little more, I'm sure that would be fine, as long
Mhm.
as we get all of our work done.
Right.
Just work more at night or in the morning. And well, we have pinups about every 2 weeks
Okay.
usually, and that keeps us on track with our projects and our research.
Okay. Well, what about you're talking about the pinups and the travel and things like that? Sounds like there are some inherent differences to studying here as it would be like in Blacksburg. So what are some of those differences?
Well, with here, like Blacksburg, well, where we have all of Burchard, and there's 10 studios,
Mhm.
different years, and 20 professors. Here it's just me, 17 classmates, and one professor.
Right.
And so in a pinup, when someone does like criticize your work, you can't
Mhm.
take that personally.
Right.
You have to have a thick skin because these are the people that you live with, you travel with, you have dinner with. So you can't take what they say personally.
Mhm.
You have to just take it as a professional and
Mhm.
take their critique as a professional critique. Because if you translate that into your personal life, it's it's just bad because you're with them all the time.
Right.
You
Yeah.
only have these 17 people from this one professor, and they're just trying to help you with your project, and you do the same for them. You can critique their work and know that they're not going to not sit with you at dinner,
Right.
or they're not going to not talk to you in the apartment. It's a professional level that I think it's different than Blacksburg a little bit, because now we know that we need to be at this professional
Mhm.
level.
So you have essentially what you're saying. It's kind of like you have this professional level, this high level of professionalism, but it's also an extremely high level of personalism as well. Like it's the professional with high level of personal as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, we sit by our friends in the studio. Well,
Mhm.
we're all kind of friends.
Right.
But these friends that you travel with all weekend and you hang out with at night, they're also the ones critiquing your work. So, yeah, the personal, creeps into the professional
Mhm.
part, but
Right.
you still, at the end of the day, you have to distinguish between the two. And
Right. Try to draw those lines a little bit.
yeah,
Gotcha.
because at the end of the day, they're your friends and they're your colleagues.
Okay.
So you
So-
don't want to lose either one.
Absolutely not. Those are both important to anyone's success in any environment, I
Yeah.
think. So thinking about it, you're wrapping up this experience. You've been through the whole semester. What recommendations would you offer for someone studying here in architecture to be successful?
I would say self-motivation, not only to study but to travel.
Mm-hmm.
You need self-motivation during the week to, you want to come in at night or early in the morning to finish all your work. And you also needed to be self-motivated to travel on the weekends so that you can go and experience Europe freely without having to worry about finishing your work when you get back. So, and you also need the thick skin to take the critiques that you get, and you need an open mind for not only critiques in architecture, but also when you're traveling. Just so.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's interesting how we're growing as professionals in architecture, but we're also growing as friends within each other. I don't know if that makes, because
Yeah.
we know to distinguish between personal and professional, but we also have growing friendships. So I think we've all done what I've said is like we've all had an open mind,
Mhm.
and we're like growing up.
Yeah. So this
And
has provided an intense learning environment that's helped you cultivate as a professional while also taking this network that's been here and building a professional network, but that's also kind of like a professional network of family.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because when we get back to Berkshire, we're all going to know each other, and
Yeah.
I'll still go to these people for a professional critique and also on a personal level. And so in that way, I feel like I've grown up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I
I
think
wasn't
that's
that
great.
open about it
Yeah.
last year, but now it's like
I think that's great.
I'm more comfortable with it.
I think those are words of wisdom that anybody can live by and that can be helpful. Nicole, thank you for taking some time for chatting with me.
No problem.
I appreciate it.